Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Eureka Farms, here in Farmer Simulator 19 with me, CWATTY. We've got a bit of work to do today folks. As you will know from the last video, we have some fertilising to do on a couple of our fields, and we've got a cultivating to do on some of our fields. So yeah, field 10 needs to be cultivated. Fields 3, 6 and, well, field 4 technically does need to be fertilised. So we may have to go and do that. Just going to have a quick look at the animal situation. Chickens are okay. Sheep are okay. And the cows are... they're getting a bit low on the old straw for bedding front, which is the problem at the minute, because obviously got no straw for bedding. Right, so first things first then, let's go grab let's go grab a brand new tractor that I've purchased. This is the 9R20 9620. I think it's by Sid Modding. Looks very similar to the John Deere 9R that I've already got. This is a tractor from 2006-2007 time period, so it's a bit older than the 9R, but it's another big beefy tractor. Have a quick look inside. Nice dash, nice cabin. Oh, very nice stuff. Let me just hook in. I'll interact with that now. Let's go for it. Right, that's repaired that. Let's we need to refuel it as well now. We can then grab the cultivator and attach the cultivator to this and have this boy go out and do the cultivating. I will just put some lights on. I'll also fold down the bacons. little foldy out indicators. Sounds good though, doesn't it, eh? Not very quick though, 40 kilometres an hour top speed, top road speed. Have to keep that in mind. Excuse me, this them damn allergies. And the pollen count is high again today. My eye's going again. I can feel it. Feel my eye going. If I start rubbing my eye in the video, people, shout at me and tell me to stop. Just type a comment in the comment section below saying stop rubbing your eyes. Okay? Do me that one small favour today, people. Anyway, like I said, we're going to get the cultivator going. On field 10. I have as well, at the end, after I completed the digestate spreading, I have just tweaked the edges of field 10 and also field 8 a little bit, especially the row of trees down the middle between the two fields. I've actually put more grass, so both field 10 and field 8 have got a little bit narrower because I put a big old grass strip between the two fields. purely and simply because when I was doing the slurry spreading, the spreader didn't quite do the whole field. There was a tiny little strip that it missed where it didn't quite reach because the field was just that little bit bigger. And then also because I've had issues with equipment not working the edges of those two fields properly. AI workers not working the edges of those two fields properly because of the trees. So I've just painted some grass in and we'll let the workers do whatever the workers want to do. I want to grab this, is what I want to grab. So I'll bring that in, attach her up. And I have to just do a bit of a jiggle to get past the harvester. There we go. Add some standpipe as well. The wheel stands squeaking, everybody. Can you hear that? So anyway, we'll take this guy down to field 10. He can do me a nice job of cultivating. And then we can get field 10 reseeded with some oats. We'll then jump across into the sprayer, load that up with fertiliser, and we'll go out and do some chemical spraying, shall we? With our freshly planted crops. On field 6, field 3, and then the grass on field 4. Big beast of a plant release. Quite a dead zone on the steering. Have to turn the wheel quite a bit before it actually starts to have an impact on the old tractor poos. It's not that one. That one. Right. That is worker hired to do some cultivating. Hopefully the worker will cultivate the field correctly and won't miss bits. There's always that possibility then. There's always that slight risk. So we'll just watch what he does on the first row. When he gets down to the bottom. Yeah, but a nice little tractor this actually. Wasn't terribly expensive. If I go back into the store menu, go into large tractors, scroll all the way along. There it is. 9x20. It's only 109 grand for a 500 horsepower machine. Cheap as chips there. Cheap as chips. Has managed to cultivate right to the end of the row. That's a positive so far. It's a good sign. Now he's turned his lights off because the worker thinks it's daytime. Which is a bit of a shame, because now it's harder to see. Harder to see what they're actually doing. It's a bit cloudy today, so we might not see a lot of the sun. But yeah, it seems to be running okay, doesn't it, this new machine? Doesn't have any weights on the front, surprisingly. Nor do I think I've got the option of mounting and fitting any weights to that particular machine. But you never know, do you? Anyway, let's go grab our fertiliser spray. So the only thing I don't like about the new wheel is the fact that the L3 and R3 buttons are on the wheel base, they're not on the wheel, which means every time I want to press L3, like to fill a machine or empty from a silo or anything, or if I want to even just go to the interior camera, I've got to keep reaching under the wheel to press the buttons on the wheel base. It's not terribly convenient. I would have thought you'd have put the L3 and R3 buttons on the actual wheel rim itself with all the other buttons so I can press them. I'm going to need to put my GPS on, folks, because crop is already growing, which means, of course, I'm not going to be able to see. I'm not going to be able to see where I've sprayed. Where I've sprayed. Right, so we'll do that. Auto width, and we'll minus it by 1, and then we can give it a bit of a punt and a twirl. There we go then. We've got automatic spraying. Interesting. What I do need to create a better button for on my wheel is turning light sprayers on and off. So I can see there's, I can just hit one button. I haven't got to press L2 and square. I might rebind that actually. I think it's enter and exit vehicle is just square. I might rebind that. Have enter and exit vehicle L2 and square. And have turn on, turn off tool as square, because it'd be easy for me just to hit one button to turn things on and off, then having to keep pressing two buttons all the time. This field's not actually too badly fertilised. I was expecting worse. Although there is a rather large chunk that does need spraying, like this bit, but hey, it's not bad. It's not going to take us too long. This sprayer is obviously very quick at doing its job. You see the mini map in the bottom left is changing, so we are getting green for the fertiliser state, which is like perfect for that particular soil type. And then we're getting sort of light greens and variations on greens then after that. That didn't really pan out well, did it? We're spraying a lot. We're having to put quite a bit down on this soil as it stands. Now we're putting down a little bit less on the yellow soil, but when we go back onto the orange, we're having to put down a lot of fertiliser. And I bet once we get onto the green bit, we probably don't put down any. Yeah, very little is required here. Maybe a bit more on this yellow patch. Yeah. So yeah, the yellow and orange soils definitely need some work doing to them. That's raising the lime in instance. I'm not going to spray any on this middle row. It's going well though. We're getting good fertiliser. Across the field on the different soil types. But yeah, field 6 is huge. Field 6 is so huge it might be X9 and big header for harvesting it. Right, here's what I'm going to do. Let the worker carry on. Finish this field off for me, please, Mr. Worker. We'll go back and check on Mr. Cultivator. See how he's getting along. Mr. Cultivator's doing very well. Right. Excuse me. It's them damn allergies. Here's my 9RX, everybody. Right. Which one of these has the fertiliser in it? Not that one. one has. And that's got oats already selected. Got half a tank full. Need to move the camera, put it behind the tractor so you can actually see where I'm going. Because that obviously helps massively when you're playing a game like this to be able to see where it is you're going. That help window is massive now. Has it always been that big? Or is it just because I'm using the new wheel and it's showing me more options now? Quite a bit in wages, but we did make quite a bit of money yesterday from the oat harvest, so I'm not worried too much about that. I think all those aspects are pretty darn good. I think you'll agree. That's a bit of a worry. Not all of my potatoes have grown in. That might be where I've painted down the edges of those fields, you know, and it's stopped the growth. Yeah, it delays the growth cycle on the edges of the field if you go and paint. Trying not to unfold and drive into the other farmer's field. With my newly acquired. There we go then. Oats are being replanted. Oats are being replanted. All is right with the world. We are using fertiliser as well. So hopefully the fertiliser man is putting down fertiliser, depending obviously on the soil type. Although it actually looks like it's got yeah, it's got the right amount at the minute, so he's not actually putting down any fertiliser on this green bit. Whether he puts any down on this sort of browny coloured bit, I don't know. The answer to that looks to be no. Oh, hello. Hello. This guy doesn't like the end of the field, look. I think he's going to have some issues. I think he's going to have some issues. That's where he thinks the edge of the field is. We're in trouble. Dude. Right then, Giants. Hope you're watching, Giants. If you are, or anyone from Giants is watching, for Farming Simulator 22, can you make sure the AI doesn't do that? Doesn't miss the edges of the fields? Thanks. Your new and improved AI for Farming Simulator 22 hopefully doesn't miss the ends of the fields. That'd be great. You know? That'd be super helpful. I don't think this guy's putting down any fertiliser at all at the minute. But we'll see. We will see. Might not need to. Because again, it might be putting down the fertiliser, trying to put down the fertiliser before we've actually, before it seeds. In which case, I probably need to spray this field after. Although you would think the cultivating would have changed the ground state, which means I slurried, I've then cultivated, which means it should be putting down fertiliser. So I'm not sure why that's not working right, unless it's just because this field is already massively fertilised. Let's go and have a look. Yeah, I'm going to guess based on the colours. You know, we've got 120 kilos there per hectare. We've got 160 kilos per hectare on some of the field. I'll jump out and have a look at the nitrogen. Is bad apparently. Dude. Yeah, it's not putting down any fertiliser, is it? As I'm seeding, so... That's an interesting one then. Why is it not... Why is it not raising the fertiliser level? Because it's not putting any down at all, even as the soil type is changing. That has been on 7532 the whole time we've been seeding, 68%. It's not putting any fertiliser down, is it? We'll come back to that in a minute. We'll go check on Mr. Sprayer. Seems to think he's finished. Check. Near enough for me. Near enough for me as far as I'm concerned. One thing I do notice today, my game is looking very different, because one of the things I did to try and troubleshoot my loading issues, the crashing issue and the fix, and trying to find a fix for that, one of the things I did was reinstall the game, to uninstall and reinstall the game, which means I don't have my custom lighting mod installed anymore, so I've got vanilla lighting and everything. So if the game doesn't look quite as pretty as it used to, that'll be the reason why, folks, because I don't have my custom lighting mod installed. I've basically got all vanilla game files again in my install folder. I haven't got any modified any modified files in my install folder. I don't know whether I'll put it back in or not, to be honest. So, field 3, nicely fertilised, nicely fertilised. And like I say, field 4. Field 4's the obvious issue. But we can let that guy run, can't we? Let that guy do his job. See, nitrogen is perfect now on this field. Nitrogen is perfect. So the spraying is definitely working well. But what I don't understand is why Mr. Seeder Man has not raised the fertiliser levels. Both machines trundling away though. Mr. Cultivator's a little bit faster, but obviously this fella's a lot wider, so it's kind of balancing out a little bit at the minute. I'm going to have to seed the tops and bottom of the fields myself separately once we're finished, based purely on how much of the field he's actually missing. I don't remember him being this bad before. That's the only thing. I thought he got a lot closer previously. That's a bit worrying, that is. Why he's not going all the way to the field edges. Like I say, if Giants are watching, please improve that for Farm Sim 22. It's almost as if she doesn't realise she's supposed to be running with fertiliser on. See, nitrogen value is bad there. Bad. 140 over 200. So it should have put down fertiliser. I am so confused. The helper here is missing the edge of the field. Isn't backing up enough. It's actually not fertilising the tops and bottom of the field. Crazy helper. I might whiz the sprayer over to field 10 and do a bit of spraying after of seeding to see if there is a bit of an issue there as to why that's not really working properly. I mean, of course, I expect the seeder to catch the cultivator if the seeder's not actually seeding the whole field, which is what it's done so far. It's missed a massive strip all the way along the top and bottom edge. So, yeah. Just out of curiosity, if I back this up, I don't know how to change my application rates. So I was able to manually put some down there, you'll notice. That's all okay. Okay. You get a bit of perfect there. Strange. I will, like I say, have to test that out in a bit more depth with the sprayer after we finish seeding to see what's going on with that. It's not adding up in my brain, that isn't, as to why that's, because it's telling me that it needs more fertiliser for the crop that is currently planted, and then in the same breath the seed is not actually applying fertiliser as it's seeding, which it should be doing. So I'm confused at the minute. A little limited brain capacity can't handle it. Anyway, I'm going to take this back to the farm because we're done with it. We've done the cultivating. Mr. Sprayer has, I think, finished spraying field 3. actually, maybe I'll just do I'll just have a quick whiz over to that field 10 with the sprayer, just to see what happens. Now it's got seed. Hold that up quickly. And we'll head over to field 10. And then we'll have a look at what happens when I try to spray field 10. As you can see, there's what I meant by I've made the gap, the strip between the fields wider, and that's why, like I say, the potatoes haven't quite managed to grow properly. Oh, will you unfold sometime today, Mr. Machine? Okay, that says something. It did spray the bit of the field that's not been seeded. So what's that telling me? Does the slurry not raise the field to the right level? Still none the wiser. Anyway, folks, I'm going to let the seeder finish this field. I will see you all in the next episode very soon. So please make sure you've clicked that like button for me. You've subscribed to the channel and activated the notifications. You've left any comments in the comment section down below. And just go watch another one or two of my other videos before you just click off YouTube, because it all helps with the algorithm stuff. And I will see you all again in the next video, everybody. Cheerio for now. Bye-bye.